Both online and offline, good morning. Both offline and online, good morning. Am I audible? Am I visible? Not you people, Rabab. If I am not visible to you people, go to doctor then. For you, anyhow, I'm visible, right? Okay. Yeah, other day I was talking about JPA repository method. I think we completed most important find all with example object. What's the best use case for that? What's the use case, guys? Dynamic query generation. See, that is the wording I should have. Maybe mobile searching or other searching is the other example, right? But what is the best use case? Dynamic query generation. Based on the filters we select, conditions we select, options we select, query conditions will be increased or decreased, guys. Okay, guys. Earlier we have discussed delete methods, right, boss? Before that, we have discussed delete methods. Okay, most important method that we are going to use is what? Get reference by ID, boss. What, guys? Get reference by ID method, which is alternate to get by ID, get one methods of same JPA repository. Of what? Same JPA repository. But get by ID and get one methods are deprecated. In recent version, what is there? Get reference by ID. Names, they are not sounding good. That's why they deprecated. Similar functionality they have given in what? Get reference by ID. Sir, already we have find by ID na include repository. That gives me single record. This gives me single record. Then why should I learn this? Find by ID performs eager loading. Sincere student exam preparation. Semester started, preparation started, right? Okay. Get reference by ID is what? Lazy loading. Semester started, semester only started, not the preparation. When the preparation starts, on the day of exam preparation starts, right? Okay, then till that time, how we manage is that he is doing preparation by giving one proxy object to the parents and friends. I also started preparation, one statement he will pass. Only statement only will pass, right? But that statement become reality only on the exam day. So this is called lazy loading or not, guys? Lazy loading or not, guys? Come on. Okay. So the difference between find by ID and get reference by ID is what? One is eager loading, one is lazy loading. Okay. When you call, see, it also ultimately gives what, guys? Entity class object. But immediately you won't get entity class object. First you will get proxy object, in-memory generated class, guys, subclass of entity class, right? On that object, when you try to call non-identifier method, because proxy object by default holds what? Identifier method. When you try to call non-identifier method, what method, guys? Then it will generate the SQL query, sends and execute query in database software, gets the entity object representing the record, that is the real object, link that one with the proxy object and returns that. Links that one with the proxy object and returns that. Okay, guys, fine. Okay, now let's see the practicals, guys. First, find by ID, let me prove it is performing eager loading. I already proved it other day. You receive object, you don't receive object. You process object, you don't process object. Query will be generated, hit to database software will happen. Query will be generated and hit to database software take place. Take place or not, guys? Okay. So let me show this find by ID is performing what? Eager loading of the record. What loading, guys? Eager loading of the record. Clear, my dear. Got it. Yeah. What's your batch workspace, guys? 901 PB. 901 PB. What is circular dependency? Circular dependency means A is dependent on B, B is dependent on A. A needs B, B needs A. A needs B, B needs A. So it's like a never ending story. So you will get stack overflow problem. All right, guys? Mr. Rahman, A needs B, B needs A. That is called circular dependence. That's actually problem. That's not a solution. When eager loading and when lazy loading is used. Solanke, did I say topic is over? Am I ending the class today? No, na? Wait. And most of the time, we should prefer lazy loading only. Why? Because we should delay database hitting as long as you can, right, boss? Wherever possibility is there, you prefer lazy loading. Lazy loading is a great option in database communication. Maybe in real life, eager loading is good, but in database communication, lazy loading is really good. Okay. Do you ever face the problem? No, that is the one problem case, guys. We never face that problem. Why? Because we always develop layered application, and in layered application, we never make A to B, B to A dependency, right? We never face that problem. There's one situation to discuss, theoretical situation. It's a theoretical deadlock situation, kind of. Okay, fine. Theoretical deadlock situation, guys. Fine. Now, where is this? JPA repository, one method is there. Yes. Okay. Go to repository interface. I stock info repository. Perfect. Not that. Go to service class. Okay. Go to service class. Happened, na? Net disconnected. Nothing happened. Okay, everyone please come back. Control plus shift plus O. Show stock by ID. Show stock by ID. What is there, guys? Integer ID. So stock by ID, integer ID was perfect. Show stock by ID, integer ID. After that, what next, guys? Stock management IMPL here. Stock management IMPL here. Come on. Okay. Public optional stock, guys. Here, nothing I do. I just return the method. What is the method I'm planning to return? Return stock repo dot. What repo dot, guys? Stock repo dot. Tell me, what is this? Find by ID. Find by ID. Yeah. JPA repository test runner was perfect. JPA repository test run. Here is my try block. Here, what is there? Stock service dot. What dot, guys? Stock service dot. Show stock by stock ID. What is that? 1001. What is there, guys? 1001 is there and deleted. I think 1009 is there. 1009 is there. Okay, I'm calling this method. Here is what I'm receiving, optional. Optional stock info. Optional stock info, OPT. Optional stock info, OPT. If OPT dot is present, record is, what is this? OPT dot get. Otherwise, what is this? Sys out. Record not found. What not found, guys? Record not. This is my catch block now, boss. Exception E. E dot print stack. Exception E. E dot print stack. Right click. Tell me. Run on Java application. It's saying record not found. 1009 record is not there. Maybe other day we played with some deletions, guys. Okay. MySQL workbench. Let me check what is there. We'll use that. Let me check what is there. We will use that, guys. Let me check what is there. We simply use that. Yeah, here is my what, guys? 901 DB. Here is my tables. Stock info underscore tab. Stock info underscore tab. Okay, boss, come on. 20,000 Adani Group BSC. Adani Power. What is the number we got, guys? 1012 is there or not there? 1012 is there or not there? Super. 1012. Perfect, guys. Right click, run as Java application. Yeah, record is this, boss. It's coming or not coming? It's coming or not coming? I want reply, boss. Okay, now listen. I don't, how to prove it's doing eager loading? How to prove it's doing eager loading? Wait a minute. I just received optional object, right? Processing, entire processing part I am commenting, guys. I just received optional object, entire processing part I commented. You run the application now, still query generate, still it gets a record. So that means whether use it, you don't use it, really does not bother. Query generated, entity object is created means what? Gathered record is stored into entity object or not, guys. So I'll show one more worst thing, guys. I don't even catch return value, guys. I just call the method. I don't even catch the return value, guys. I just call the method. What is this? Stock service dot show stock by ID. What is there? Show stock by ID. Run as, what is there? Java application. Run as Java application. Still it is generating query. Still object is created. You use it, you don't use it. The moment method is called, it will hit the database software. Are you able to feel the eager loading? Eager loading, are you able to feel it or not? Okay, now find by ID works like this, guys. 1 minute. This is the working style of find by ID. A cust repo dot find by ID 1001 or CNO, right, guys? A. B. The moment this method is called, query generated, hitting the database software, right, boss? From database software, record has come with result set has come having record. That record is converted into customer object, and that our customer object is kept into optional object, and that optional object is returned or not, guys. So you call the method, it is hitting the database software. Okay, now let us feel lazy loading by using what? Get reference by ID method, which is latest. Get a reference by ID method, which is latest. Public, what is this? Stock info, because no option now, we have a stock info only. Public stock info, then what is this? Fetch. Okay, I'm taking method as what? Fetch. Fetch stock by ID. Tell me. Integer ID. Fetch stock by ID. Integer ID, guys. Fetch stock by ID. Integer ID, boss. Fetch stock by ID. Integer ID, boss. Fine, boss. Tell me here. What is there? I just call the method. What is the method I should call? Return stock repo dot. What, guys? Stock info repo na stock repo na. Stock repo dot. What is there? Get reference by ID, boss. What is that? Get reference by ID. Get reference by ID. Stock management service IMPL. Get reference by ID. After that, what is the next story, guys? Come on. JPA repository runner, boss. Stock management service. Stock management what? Service IMPL. Okay, now come to this place. Okay, here already we felt what? Eager loading. Overall, eager loading. So now, 1 minute. Stock info is equal to, tell me. Stock info is equal to stock service dot fetch stock by 1012. Okay, guys. If info double equal to null, come on, guys. Record not found. This is out record not. And you never get record not found situation, you know why? It always returns dummy object. Dummy object does not hold null. Na? So then how to check whether record is available or not? When record not available, you will get exception. Because I said, no, first it returns proxy object by calling. The moment you call the method, irrespective of record there or not there, without talking to database, without confirming, it will return what? Proxy. Exception E, guys. Come on. Print stack trace. Here I try to say sys out. What is there? Record not found. What not found, guys? Record not. Okay, guys. Now tell me. Here, uh, here you try to print the class name. System dot out dot println. Info dot get class, guys. You never. This is proxy object, guys. Proxy object class. Info dot get class. What dot get class, guys? Info dot get class. Super. Next one. What's the next thing? Next story, boss. System dot out dot println proxy object class name. Here I'm simply passing proxy object class name. There are not there, guys. Come on, my dear. I got the point. Okay. Now, on this proxy object, info dot get ID method is called, guys. Get it. This is identifier method. Do you think it will talk to database? No. Proxy object, whatever created, will be created having given identity. When you call identifier method, do you think it will talk to database software? It will not talk to database software. Okay, 1 minute. Sysout dash. Okay, but now you call non-identifier method get price. Okay, here I simply try to print the price. Sysout price, guys. Sysout price. Semicolon. Sysout. Right click, run as Java application. Right click, run as Java application. What's the problem? Okay, I will tell. If you want to work with get reference by ID, an extra entry is required in application.properties saying that, okay, please allow lazy loading. Please allow lazy. What is the extra property I should give, guys? I will tell the property name. Give me 1 minute. What is the extra property, guys? Spring dot JPA dot properties dot hibernate dot enable lazy loading no transaction. What is that? Enable lazy loading no transaction. Here is my application dot properties, guys. Come on. Okay. Enable lazy loading. Spring dot JPA dot hibernate dot hibernate dot tell me next one. Properties data hibernate dot JPA dot properties dot hibernate. JPA dot properties dot hibernate dot enable lazy underscore load underscore lazy underscore load underscore no trans is equal to true. What is equal to true, guys? No transaction is equal to true. Spring dot JPA dot properties dot hibernate dot enable lazy load no transaction is Entity object is linked with what, guys? Proxy object. And the real price is coming or not, guys? Okay, let me prove that. Okay, first number one proof, guys. Number one proof. Array, now lot of proofs I am going to give. Please be careful. I stock management service IMPL. That's good. Go to runner class. Proof number one. Dot dot dot. Come on. Yes. Info dot get class dot. Come on, guys. Info dot get class dot get super class. Info dot get class dot get super class. Okay, that's the one thing, guys. One more thing. Whenever constructor is executing, what I would like to do is this dot hash code. What dot hash code, guys? Whenever constructor is executing, what I'm saying is what? This dot hash. Right click, run as Java application. Now you observe, guys. Proxy class has come. Super class is stock info. Whenever I call non-identifier method query generated, real object is created, and we are getting the price. Okay, more. Net automatic restart out. Automatic restart out. Sir, Kanakko. Fine. Yeah. Audio and video both are going off. I think some small disturbance in the internet, guys. They're working out to solve the problem. Now everything okay? It should be, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Fine. Yeah. Here I will print the ID value, guys. Sysout ID value. Stock ID. Info dot get stock ID. Right, guys? Come on. Right click. Run as Java application. Yeah. Listen, guys. See, when it is creating a stock info object, it is a proxy object. Proxy object superclass is entity class. When it is printing stock ID, is it generating any query, guys? Select query. That means proxy object is always having ID value. Whenever I call non-identifier method on that object, what happens, guys? Non-identifier method on that object. What happened? Then it notice, okay, record is not there. So then it talks to database, gets the record, puts into real entity object, links that object with what? Proxy object. Now, when that non-identifier is executed on real object, and we are getting the value. Okay, sir, I call non-identifier method second time. One more time query will be generated, or it will use the already generated object data, or whether it will use already object generated object data. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, guys. Okay, boss. Tell me here. Sys out. Tell me. Price is over, right? Next one. What is the exchange name? Exchange name. Info dot get exchange name. Info dot get exchange name. Right click this Java application. I hope you got it, guys. Come on, everyone. 1012 NSC. But is it generating second time query? That means whatever object previously came, that is linked with the proxy object. On that object only all getter methods are called. I don't think that each non-identified one time it will hit the database software. That means though you are asking for one property value, but it is getting complete record, and that complete record is used for multiple time for multiple getter method calls. So my theory and practical is matching or not matching? Is it lazy loading or eager loading? Lazy loading. When you call method, it returns proxy object. Blindly, no checking, nothing. Proxy. On that proxy object, when you call non-identifier method, select query generated, executed in database, got the entity object. That is a real object. Linked with what? Already generated proxy object. So whatever getter methods you called on the proxy object, non-identifier, they will execute on the real object through proxy object. So are you feeling lazy loading here? Tell me. By checking double equal to null, can I say record not found? Why? Record is there or not there, a proxy object is written, na? So proxy object never be null, guys. Come on. So then how to check a record is available or not? When record is not there, it throws exception. In the catch block only, you can write the message, record not found. Check it out. Already I did that work. Yeah, where is that? Runner. 1019. This, I don't think this record is available. Available, huh? Okay, 50. Okay. Right click, run as Java. We got exception, na boss? Unable to find this. Lazy initialization exception. Came or not came? Lazy initialization exception. So that means when record not found, you will get the exception. Only in the catch block, we can find out whether record is available or not. Convinced, guys? So how does lazy get reference by ID method works? Check it out. Doctor repo dot get reference by ID 1001 is called. That is A. B. First, this only created. Only this is created. Proxy object with ID value is created as a subclass object of target entity class. As the subclass object of entity class. As the subclass object of entity class. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Yeah. As the subclass object of entity class was. Yeah. Followed by that, what is that, guys? Followed by that, what is that? B. That is B, guys. What is C, guys? That proxy object is written. Super. On that proxy object, this is specialization is identifier method or non-identifier method? Non-identifier method is called query generated, query executed query gives result set object with record, positive side, right? From that record, result set record, one real object is created for entity class, and that real object is linked with the proxy object. Come on, guys. That real object is linked with what object, guys? That real object is linked with what? Proxy object. Come on, come on. Okay, now actual getter method is called on what, guys? Okay, B. Tell me lastly. G, this real has outcome. So get specialization is called on what? Cardio. And cardio output is coming over there or not there? Is it lazy loading or eager loading, boss? Lazy loading or eager loading? When you call the method, it returns proxy object. Until real object come, okay, proxy object represents your link with application. So when real object come, real object is linked with what? Proxy object. All activities happens through proxy object. I think this diagram is so elaborative. Called method, returned proxy object. Come on. Proxy object is returned back. On that we are called what? Get specialization method. Come on, guys. That is D. When that is called query generated, record selected into result set. From result set, it is kept in what? Real object, proxy object, and that is kept, what is there? Linked with the proxy object. So on the proxy object, get specialization method is called, what is that? Get cardio. So cardio message is displayed or not, boss? Get by ID, get reference by ID are get one methods of JPA repository. Performs the lazy loading of the object. That means when this method is called, it just returns proxy object, subclass of the entity class object having the ID value. That means no hit to database software. When non-identifier method is called on the top of what proxy object, the real hit to database software takes place. And the gathered record will be stored into what? Another entity class object that is linked with this another proxy object. Fine, guys. Uh, while working with get ID, get reference by ID, get one, this is required or not required? For get one, get ID methods, this property makes underlying Hibernate framework supporting what? Lazy loading, even though transactional environment is not taken. In old versions of Spring Data JPA, just at the rate transactional in service class is what? Sufficient. It internally applies transactional, guys, to commit the data because all these are changes. Here is the diagram of find by ID method, guys. Above is the diagram of what? This is find by ID. That is the above one is what? Get reference by ID. Whenever you need lazy loading, go for get reference by. Whenever you need eager loading, go for what? What is the difference between get by ID of JPA repository and find by ID of what? Crude repository. Find by ID of crude repository. Got it. Get by ID, get reference by ID, get one, all are one and the same, na boss. Okay. Here find by ID belonging to regular crude repository. Returns entity of happened, boss? Proxy object is written. When you call identifier method, it collect from proxy object. When you call non-identifier method, what happens, guys? When you call non-identifier method, what happens, guys? When you call non-identifier method, what happens, guys? It will select the core, generate the query, creates the real object, links with the proxy object. Simply links with the proxy object. Yeah. Performs eager loading. That means gets the record or object from DB table directly without involving any proxy object, irrespective of whether that object is used or not. Irrespective of whether that object is used or not. If record not found, we cannot throw a custom exception. It gives fixed entity exception. It gives fixed entity for not exception and record not found, guys. With the support of optional API, we can throw custom exception. Custom exception can be thrown with the support of optional API. Works only in SQL. Works in both SQL and NoSQL. Implementation depends upon underlying Hibernate framework. Works in both SQL and NoSQL. Implementation depends upon underlying Hibernate. Implementation is given in what? Spring Data JPA. That is also indirectly Hibernate only, na? Additional property configuration in application.properties is what? Required. Other side, not required. If record not found, we get what exception, guys? Entity not found exception. If record not found, we get empty optional object for which we can send what? Custom message, or we can throw the exception. From there, we can send the custom message or we can throw the exception. So these are the differences between, guys, find by ID, get reference by ID. Find by ID or what? Get reference by ID. Okay, now I would like to deal with common methods, guys. While working with Spring Data JPA, choose persistence methods in the following order. What are those? Crude repository method, if not sufficient. Paging and sorting repository method, if not sufficient. JPA repository method, if not sufficient. Custom method in our repository. The last one is custom method story, guys. Okay. Number one, finder methods only for select operation, also called as find by methods. Query methods, come on, guys. For HQL, JPQL, native SQL queries, and based on custom select operation. For non-select operation, what are the options we are having? At the rate query plus at the rate modify. For HQL, JPQL, native SQL query is based on custom non-select operation. What, guys? Custom non-select operation. Insert, update, delete operation. Yeah, final conclusion is what, guys? Come on. Final conclusion is what, guys? I want reply from you people. Custom method can be kept in repository interface, right? But in that repository, in that also so many other flavors are there. Based on the taste, you try to keep the right component in right place. So that though you are not there, your colleague will handle the situation for some time. Yes or no? Na? Okay, because when both are colleagues and both are working server room back to back or side by side, definitely rapport will be built or not, guys. I hope you got it. Okay, these are the various options to place what, guys? Custom methods in JPA. Various. Okay, first crude repository method, not happening. Then what? Paging and sorting repository method, not okay. Then what is there? JPA repository method. Okay. Custom methods in our repository interface. What guys? Custom methods in our repository interface. Convinced guys? Got the point, my dear? I want reply. So are you ready to listen? Next topic, custom methods. Okay, paging. These two are common repository, guys. No comment. JPA onwards, people started different. Okay, JPA repository method specific to SQL, custom method specific to our project, and remaining all things are what? Specific to our environment. Come on, right? So shall we? Sorry, you're using word JPQL. What is that? Uh, JPQL, Java Persistence Query Language. Okay, HQL, Hibernate Query Language. What do you mean by native SQL queries? Original SQL queries. Native means original. Okay, when you write native SQL queries in our custom methods, that persistence logic is database software dependent or independent? Database software dependent or independent? Dependent, right? Am I visible, guys? Yeah. For newcomers, guys, listen. While working with the Spring Data JPA, choose the following methods for what? Persistence operation. Number one, CRUD repository. Number two, paging and sorting repository. Number three, JPA repository. Number four, custom repository. When all three doors are closed, then think about opening this new door. When all three doors are okay, think about using this word custom method. How many types of custom methods are there? Finder method. Next, query method. Who run the logics balancingly, right? And query plus modifying annotation, guys. Okay, what do you mean by modifying? Indicating this is not a select operation, non-select operation, right, guys? Modifying, when I use the word called what? At the rate query plus at the rate modifying. Modifying is all about what, guys? Non-select operation. For whenever you are writing non-select operations related queries or logics, you should write what? At the rate mod. Superpose. Different ways of writing persistence logic in Spring Data JPA. First, predefined methods of these three interfaces, predefined repositories. If not sufficient, finder method, select operation. Query method, select operation using HQL or JPQL. Query plus modifying methods for what purpose, guys? Nonce. Yeah. Finder methods concept is very interesting, guys. You follow some naming convention to declare the method in the repository interface. Okay, to declare the method in repository interface, understanding my statement, and everything else will happen automatically. Taking that method, implementing that method, writing logics into that method, everything will be taken care internally. Everything will be taken care internally. So you are least bothered about doing those regular activities. Okay, that means indirectly it is avoiding boilerplate code problem. That's the reason it is named as what? Hibernate template. What is that, guys? That's the reason they named it as what? Finder method. You have to design this method with certain signature, some standard signature. Then only we can enjoy finder method facility. Then only we can enjoy. Okay. These are abstract method declaration done in our repository interface by following certain naming conventions. Using these, we can perform any client-side operation and also what? Using this, we can perform only select operation and what? Non-select operations are not possible. By default, finder methods are there supporting only select operations. Right, guys? Not the non-select. Finder. Okay, see the name. These finder methods will be implemented automatically in what? In-memory proxy class of repository interface generating SQL queries internal. The select operation which are not possible with find triplex method. Come on, guys. Of different predefined repositories can be developed using what? These custom finder method. By using 2, 3 repositories, you want to generate one complex condition based car service, right? So in that situation, we can happily go for what? This find triplex method with the as the finder methods are not, guys. I hope you got it, everyone. So listen, name is fixed. That is find by. Before, after anything you can place. That's not a big issue. But the name is fixed, guys. What is fixed? And if that naming conventions are not followed, they cannot think about what? Giving proper implementation for that method. That's why property names can be anything, but find by is compulsory. Find by is what? Compulsory. See the syntax, guys? The select operations which are not possible with the predefined find triplex method, such a thing you try to do by using finder. Listen. So far we are selecting data. We are selecting data only based on ID property. We are selecting data based on few condition, but I want to have more varieties of condition. So for that reason, this what finder method concept task. Syntax, guys. Public, what is there? Return type, find by property name, inside that get by, read by. Find by property names. Understanding my statement, guys? That's a method name. Conditions, parameters. Conditions and what? Parameters. Yeah, find by is fixed, but not exactly fixed, guys. It can be replaced with get by or read. Get by or what? Read by. These finder methods can be used for, tell me, entity operation, like select all the column values of DB table. Select star from movie is the here what? Entity class name. And we are getting all the things. Okay. Select MID name rating here from movie where here is what? 3 question mark. Same query in the place of star, I kept all the things. I kept all the things. Finder methods can be used for this kind of entity operation, guys. It will select all the columns of DB table, or it can be used for what? Scalar operation, specific 1 to property value they will. Okay. I hope you got it. What is the finder method? Using finder method, I can select complete record or partial content of complete record or what? Partial content of the. Okay. Yeah. Find by property name. Beside that, equals is not kept, is not kept, like is not kept. You always apply the meaning equal to. You always apply the meaning equal. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. Find by property name. Beside the property name, okay, nothing is kept means what? It should be treated as what? Finder method with some property, single condition kind of thing. Super, guys. Tell me first of all, sir, PL SQL, how can we use if required? Sashikumar, again you are excited, Babu. Did I say Spring Data JPA is completed today? We are definitely going to see one example on what? How to call PL by SQL procedure. Yes, boss. Tell me. I'm taking copy of these guys. 04 guys, come on. 04. JPA repository, custom form. Custom finder. It should be 4 or 5. 4 only, na? Entity guys. Stock info guys. Okay. Yeah. I think entity class I removed. Let's not remove entity class. Keep the entity class as it is. Repository is perfect. I am removing what? This service. I'm taking runner so that I can call the runner methods directly here. I can inject runner in the service class, guys. What is there, guys? I stock info repository. What is there? Stock repo at the rate auto. First finder method, let me keep in the repository interface. This is our repository interface. I stock info repository, guys. Come on. It's a public. Taking public is optional or mandatory? Optional. Why? In interface, every method declaration is public by default, right? Okay, let it be. Find by fixed, guys. I'm going to get one record, a bunch of records, a bunch of records. List stock info. Yeah, then tell me next one. Find by. What is there? Find by. Okay, exchange name. What, guys? Exchange name. Public list stock info. Find by exchange name. Find by exchange name. Java dot util dot. This is my finder method now, boss. Come on. See, automatically is exchange name. Is class condition is okay equals like this. Multiple methods start involving in this, guys. Come on, guys. Public list stock info find by exchange name. Simply find by exchange name. Okay, am I going to write logic for this method? Where it will be written? In memory proxy class. Dynamically at what time? Run. Okay, but you have to follow naming conventions. Other than 1, 2 possibilities, is there any chance of giving naming conventions? Naming our choice names, guys. Come on. Fixed enough. Find by fixed. Property name is fixed. And something else to apply the condition. Come on, boss. Yeah, only declaration of the method. Implementation happens in what? In memory proxy class. This is what you have to understand. Declaration is available where, guys? Declaration is available where, guys? Every declaration definition at me in memory proxy. Understood, boss? Okay. It is injected. Tell me here, what is this? Stock repo dot. Tell me. Stock repo dot. Find one. Stock one dot. What is there? Stock repo dot. Find by. What is there, guys? Find by. Tell me what is that? Find by exchange name. Here also I am passing exchange. What's the exchange name we got? NSC is there. Exchange for each. Come on. For each. Println. What is there, guys? Println. I think there is no need of calling method also, na boss. System dot out dot println. Stock report dot find by exchange name NSC for each. Come on. For each system dot out colon print ln. Any spell mistake, guys? Okay, P small letter, right, boss? Yes. Okay. Now let's see. Spring data JPA 3. Run as Java. Oh, error. Why error? No property exchange name is there. Exchange. Exchange. Yeah. Find by exchange name. What's the method name, guys? In repository, what is the declaration? Exchange. Okay. They are going by like this, huh? But I'm not going by like this now. I'm calling what? A repo dot, right, guys? Uh, Repo dot. I think same. Not coming. Implementation, I need not to give, guys. Come on. Uh, Rat for each add cast to receiver. Why I should add casting, guys? List in the list. Oh, here what is the one I should take? List stock info. Done. After that, what next? I think it's ready. Yeah, by default, what is apply? Equal to is like that kind of condition. Right click, tell me, run as Java. Right click, run as Java, guys. There is still error, Babu. What's the property name, guys? Okay, let me open stock info. What's the property name? Exchange name, property name. What is there? Exchange. No, your property name is stock type. Is there a exchange name is there? Find by what is this? Exchange. Find by exchange. Already one method is there, it is saying, guys. Okay, this method is also same purpose, na boss. Yeah. Look at this one. Find by stock repo dot. Yeah, am I right? Select this, click on it. I hope no problem should come. Yeah, exchange name is multiple records have come na boss. Multiple records have come here or not here. Yeah, where is a mistake we have done, guys, earlier? Spell mistakes only. Yeah, in exchange name, spell mistake, it seems. Fine. List this one. See, guys, you apply the same method. Okay. Why do you need find by triple X method as the custom method in repository interface? The predefined triple X methods are predefined repositories like find by ID in crude repository, get reference by ID in JPA repository, or capable performing select operation. Only by taking ID property value as the criteria value, but we want to select records or objects based on their what? Property or property values as criteria value. For that, we need these custom finder and finder methods, guys. Come on. I hope you convinced, guys. Predefined finder method, repository interface, or find by ID crude repository. This way. Our cabular select operation only by taking ID property value as the criteria value. But we want to select the records or objects based on other property values of criteria values. For that purpose, this finder and find triplex method is required or not required. Or a simple babu, okay? It's something like this. So far, we did the select operation by taking ID property as the criteria value, right? Now I want to use other property as a criteria value. So that time this kind of custom method comes into picture or not. Okay. I think finder method elaborately I will talk in next class. Anyhow, today net is also giving hand, guys. Come on. Right. Array, it's not example object. Whatever property you mention, only for that property conditions will be applied. What's the syntax? Find by property name. Lastly, what? Parameter. Property by parameter. So for internal, it will generate select query with the condition. Yes. Okay. Let me upload the notes. Yeah. Where is this, guys? Here is this. 7 a.m. Okay. Yeah. Finder methods are not so important. Query methods are very, very important. Where we write the HQL queries as alternate to SQL queries. Yeah. What's your batch code? 9 a.m., right? What is there? Spring data, JPA. Right click, file. Tell me what's the class content, Spring. Class content, Spring. Then tell me what is there, guys. 901. Spring data, JPA. Here is my what? Custom finder method. Okay. Okay. Akshay Bhuktar, tips are not required if market is open, right? Tips are not required. Just keep on applying, guys. Don't lose the patience. As a fresher, don't stick to one job portal website. Keep on applying, right? Okay. Dhanush Reddy, Journeying Java 21 or 22 is a part of core Java, right? Okay. All latest technologies, frameworks are what? Compatible with up to Java 17, 18. That's why we are using those versions, right, boss?